On her 8th birthday, she said, "I wish Dad could see me now." The room was filled with the smell of chocolate cake, balloons scattered on the floor, and the laughter of children echoing against the walls. Yet, amid the cheer, a little girl sat silently at the end of the table, her small fingers tracing the frosting on her slice. Her name was Lily, and today was her 8th birthday. Everyone thought she was happy her friends were here. Her mother had worked hard to make everything perfect, but her heart carried a quiet ache. When the candles were lit, and everyone began to sing, Lily squeezed her eyes shut and made the wish. Her lips barely moved, but her mother, standing nearby, caught the whispered words, "I wish Dad could see me now." The room erupted in claps and cheers as she blew out the candles, but inside, her mother's heart cracked open. Lily's father had passed away 2 years ago in a car accident. He was on his way home from work, planning to surprise his little girl with her favorite ice cream. He never made it back. Since then, life had been a daily battle for her mother. She worked long hours, stretched every dollar, and hid her tears at night so her daughter wouldn't feel the burden of grief. But today, hearing Lily's quiet wish, Emma realized that no matter how hard she tried, there was a part of Lily's heart she couldn't mend on her own. The party ended, and the house grew quiet again. Lily carried her new doll to her room but didn't play with it. She sat on her bed, staring at the window, her thoughts far away. Emma knocked softly and came in, holding a photo of Lily's dad. She sat beside her daughter and placed the frame gently on her lap. "Sweetheart, I know you miss him," Emma said, her voice trembling. "I miss him too, every single day." Lily looked up with wide eyes. "Do you think he knows it's my birthday?" she asked. Emma hugged her tightly, fighting back tears. "Yes, baby, I believe he sees you, and he'd be so proud of the big, kind girl you've become." But words alone weren't enough. Emma could see the emptiness in her daughter's eyes, the longing for the father who used to carry her on his shoulders, who used to make her laugh until her stomach hurt. Emma wanted desperately to give Lily something more than just survival. She wanted to give her a piece of her father back. That night, after Lily had fallen asleep, Emma dug through an old box in the closet. Inside were letters, birthday cards, and even a small video camera her husband had once used. She remembered how he'd always said he wanted to record memories for Lily. With shaking hands, Emma charged the camera and pressed play. To her astonishment, there were videos she had forgotten about, moments of him singing silly songs, telling bedtime stories, and even one clip where he looked straight into the camera and said, "If you're watching this, Lily, it means you're growing up. I just want you to know I'll always love you, no matter what." The next morning, Emma sat Lily down and handed her the camera. Together, they watched the videos. At first, Lily giggled at her dad's funny faces. Then, when the message to her appeared, her little hands clutched her mother's arm, and tears rolled down her cheeks. "He does see me," she whispered. "He really does." From that day forward, whenever Lily felt lonely, she watched the videos. It didn't erase the pain, but it gave her strength. She began drawing pictures for her dad, writing letters she tucked under her pillow, believing he could somehow read them from heaven. Slowly, her laughter returned, brighter than before. Still, life wasn't easy. Emma struggled to balance work and parenting. Bills piled up, and some nights they had little more than soup for dinner. Yet, they faced each challenge together, mother and daughter leaning on the love they still carried for the man they lost. On the toughest days, Emma reminded Lily, "Your dad gave us the gift of love. That's something we'll never run out of." By the time Lily turned 9, she stood taller, stronger, and braver. On her birthday, surrounded by friends and family, she smiled as she blew out the candles. This time, she didn't wish for her dad to see her. She already knew he did. Instead, she wished for the strength to make him proud. And that was the miracle. A little girl who once felt broken learned that love never disappears. It lives on in memories, in laughter, and in the courage to keep moving forward. The story of Lily and her birthday wasn't just about loss. It was about hope. It was about a child finding light in the shadows and a mother proving that even in the hardest storms, love can guide the way. Because sometimes, the greatest gift isn't what we wish for, it's realizing that what we had, and still carry inside us, is more than enough to keep us going.